Well, those are all really great tips. So tell me also a little bit about some of the hardware you're using these days. What is popular?
Popular, sometimes less is more. We're still doing a lot of the wire looking
Hmm.
pieces by different people. Um, the traversing rods, they're getting to be a lot more attentive that you've got the rings that you can traverse and you can bypass the supports because the windows are getting so big and you need all the supports and you usually can't bypass them just with a standard ring.
Hmm.
So that has been very helpful.
Hmm.
A couple companies have gotten innovative and a little more contemporary that you can piece and part things together,
Hmm.
change some colors, add some acrylic shapes. So that's been fun to see and play with. Um, just there's so much. There's so much.
It is such a specialty, and I think that's one of the things that to be really good at one thing, such as drapery design or window treatment design, is just you could just spend years just studying that and being
Right.
really, really good at that.
Right.
And I think that for those of us that are a little bit more technical,
Hmm.
you're technical in your area, which is in the drapery design, it's hard to be a specialist and a technical expert in every single
Absolutely.
aspect of this business. So
Absolutely.
this is another item that I'd like to talk about, a little bit later on for all of us that are designers, is really thinking about your niche like you have, which is to focus that and get a little bit tighter with what you're doing, because then you can be really great at it,
Hmm.
and you can get to the point where you can really do these designs quickly. It's more cost effective.
Right.
You actually make more money this way too.
Right.
So that's really important as a designer to think about all of those things.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about how you see yourself working with a designer. It could be somebody somewhere, anywhere in the world. They could measure a window for you
Mhm.
and send you the measurements, and then you could do the design for them.
Absolutely.
So tell me how you think that would work.
Um, Definitely, I would get as many images as possible from the interior. If it's local, obviously, I would measure it and visit it and talk to the designer as much as and get as much information as I can from them, and if possible, speak also with the homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would provide two or so kind of designs per window or per area, and then we take into consideration the fabrics and so forth, and I would certainly listen to the designers' thoughts of where they want this, and I would just need to make sure that it's going to drape the way and react the way that it's going to with this swag. So we don't want to use a heavy tapestry for a delicate swag. So we just make sure that all those elements were in place. And then I charge probably per the foot length of the treatments. And then I would go through and with the workroom and facilitate that and consult with them and make sure we get all the details correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then also be there upon the installation. And that's really important to be there at the installation, in my opinion. If something is going wrong or if there's something that needs to be tweaked, oftentimes you can take it down immediately, get it back to the workroom, do a quick little tweak, or if your installer is great, he can do it for you on site.
Mm-hmm.
And that is so critical. And I know a lot of designers just say, go ahead, just do it. And then, then you get the phone call, oh my God, they're so upset. It's like, well, yeah, we need to be there and address these. So that's just one important thing.
I agree with that. I cannot tell you how many times that's happened to me on a job where we've had something happen that there was maybe a misinterpretation from the drawing even after you've reviewed it with the workroom. And you see it on site and you say, oh my God, no, we've got to get this tweaked, and we have had to do that very same thing. So it's almost every single job I've had.
Right.
We've had some little tweak here and there.
Right. Well, and in doing couture designing and fabrication of dresses and so forth, there's several fittings involved with this whole process.
Right.
And this is really also the same for draperies, although the tolerance isn't quite as great with our draperies in our society today. They want them up and they want them right. But at least to give yourself the allowance that there may be a little nurturing to do to make something perfectly done right.